Football is more than just a game. It's a global phenomenon that ignites passion, makes dreams come true, and sometimes breaks hearts. Every fan knows the feeling, the tension, the euphoria, the hope, and then that one moment that changes everything. It's that moment when time seems to stop, when the stadium falls silent, reminding us that football can be both brutal and beautiful. Throughout its vast history, football has witnessed moments that transcend the sport, forever altering the lives of those involved and leaving an indelible mark on fans around the world. These moments, unforgettable and often tragic, remind us of our own fragility and the unpredictability of life. Welcome to All About Football, your go-to channel for the most emotional and thrilling moments in football. Here, we delve deep into the stories behind the headlines, from legendary victories to heartbreaking defeats. Join us as we explore the true essence of the game and embark on a journey through the highs and lows of the sport we all love. And don't forget to support our rise. Hit that subscribe button and like the video. The 1994 World Cup in the USA was a stage where Colombia had high expectations. The team was strong and hopes were sky high. But all those dreams were shattered by one tragic moment. In a crucial group match against the USA, Andrés Escobar scored an own goal. What was merely a sporting mistake quickly became a national tragedy. Colombia was knocked out, and just days after returning home, Escobar was brutally murdered in his hometown of Medellin. The suspected motive: retaliation for the own goal. Escobar's murder is a shocking reminder of how passion and madness can intertwine in football. It's a story that reminds us that football is more than just a game. In extreme cases, it can even cost lives. November 28, 2016 is etched in football history as one of its darkest days. Brazilian club Chapecoense was en route to play the most important match in its history, the final of the Copa Sudamericana, but they never made it to their destination. The plane carrying the team ran out of fuel and crashed, killing 71 people, including players, coaches, officials, and journalists. The football world mourned a team that had risen from obscurity to the top of South American football. The few survivors, including a handful of players, became symbols of resilience and the indomitable spirit of the sport. Chapecoense became synonymous with tragedy, but also with the courage to rebuild and rise from the ashes. The global football community rallied in solidarity, making the team's recovery a shared mission. April 15th, 1989 started as a regular football day, but ended in tragedy, forever changing the sport. The FA Cup semi-final between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest was being held at Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield. Due to a series of organised failures and a lack of crowd control, a fatal crush occurred in the overcrowded section of the stands. 96 Liverpool fans were killed, either crushed or suffocated, in one of football's deadliest disasters. The images of that day are forever etched into the collective memory of football fans worldwide. The Hillsborough disaster led to significant changes in how football matches are organised, particularly regarding fan safety. However, it took decades for the truth to emerge and for the responsible parties to be held accountable. The family's fight for justice is as much a part of this tragic story as the events of that fateful day. The 2018 Champions League final in Kiev between Real Madrid and Liverpool should have been a celebration of football, but it turned into a nightmare for one man: Loris Karius, Liverpool's goalkeeper. Two critical errors, one following a throw and another after a long-range shot from Gareth Bale, resulted in 2 goals for Real Madrid. These mistakes cost Liverpool the title, and Karius was heavily criticised by fans and the media. His tears on the pitch became one of the most poignant images of the night. It was later revealed that Karius might have suffered a concussion during the game after a clash with Sergio Ramos, yet this did little to soften the blow, and that night has cast a long shadow over Karius' career. His story is a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can turn in football and how thin the line between success and failure can be. Paul Gascoigne, affectionately known as Gazza, is one of the most colourful characters in English football history. During the 1990 World Cup in Italy, England reached the semi-finals against West Germany. In a tense match, Gascoigne received a yellow card, which would have ruled him out of the final had England progressed. Realising the implications, Gascoigne broke down in tears in front of millions of viewers worldwide. Though England eventually lost the match in a penalty shootout, it's Gazza's tears that have remained iconic. They symbolize the raw emotion and immense pressure that footballers endure on the world stage. Despite the defeat, Gascoigne was celebrated as a hero, but this moment highlights how close joy and heartbreak are in football. May 29, 1985 saw one of the darkest moments in football history at the Heysel Stadium in Brussels. The European Cup final between Juventus and Liverpool was marred by violence, with hooligans causing a stampede that led to the collapse of a wall. 39 people, mostly Juventus fans, were killed and hundreds were injured. Despite this tragedy, the match was played, a decision that many viewed as callous and cruel. This disaster resulted in a 5-year ban for English clubs from European competition and prompted a complete overhaul of safety measures in stadiums. The Heysel tragedy is a grim reminder of how football can be destroyed by violence and recklessness. The 1986 World Cup in Mexico brought forth one of the most controversial moments in football history, the hand of God. In the quarter-final match between Argentina and England, Diego Maradona leapt higher than the English goalkeeper and punched the ball into the net. The referee allowed the goal, despite replays clearly showing it was a handball. Maradona famously described the moment as a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. While Argentina won the game and eventually the tournament, the incident remains a divisive moment. For many English fans, it was a moment of injustice, while in Argentina, it's celebrated as one of the sport's greatest feats. The 1995-96 Premier League season was an emotional rollercoaster for Newcastle United. Under the charismatic management of Kevin Keegan, the team played thrilling attacking football and held a commanding lead at the top of the table. However, a 0-1 defeat to Manchester United, courtesy of an Eric Cantona goal, marked the beginning of Newcastle's downfall. A string of poor results saw them lose the title to Manchester United. Keegan's emotional outburst on live television, where he accused United's manager, Alex Ferguson, of psychological mind games, has since become legendary. Newcastle's lost title remains one of the greatest what-if stories in English football. The 1988 FA Cup final between Liverpool and underdog Wimbledon was expected to be a routine victory for Liverpool. However, Wimbledon shocked the world by winning 1-0 thanks to a Lawrie Sanchez goal and a penalty save from Dave Besant. For Liverpool, one of Europe's finest teams at the time, it was one of the club's most bitter defeats. This upset stands as one of the greatest examples of football's unpredictability and the magic of the FA Cup. One of the greatest comebacks in football history occurred during the 2004 Champions League quarter-finals. Deportivo La Coruna, after losing 1-4 in the first leg, mounted an extraordinary comeback in the second leg, defeating AC Milan 4-0 to secure a semi-final spot. Milan, a star-studded team with the likes of Kaká, Maldini and Shevchenko, suffered one of their most humiliating defeats. This match stands as a testimony to the unpredictability of football and the fact that no game is over until the final whistle. If these stories have moved you and you want to dive deeper into the world of football, don't forget to like this, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future videos. We can't wait to hear your thoughts and opinions. Leave us a comment and share your own unforgettable football moments with us. Together, we'll build a true football community. We'll see you next time.